Hey hunters, welcome to the unboxing. Welcome to the unboxing. Yeah, it's a little bit early. I'm starting a little bit earlier just because this is the Patreon exclusive unboxing, and I think I'm going to be doing this from now on. Whenever I do like an unboxing of a major game, I'm going to make it a Patreon only thing, and then we'll do it. But I'll release it out after we get through it all to just kind of enjoy it. Hey, how's it going? Hello, Kate. Cody, welcome aboard. Cody's my partner in crime for Bloodborne. And basically, how this works is this Kickstarter came out last year, Cody, was it? Was it last year when we backed it or a year before? But uh, Cody and I went halfsies on the all in, like, gameplay everything pledge, and we basically said we're going to play this game together, and we are. COVID withstanding, we are going to um, make sure we're careful, but we are going to play the game together. Yeah, 2019. We are going to play this game together on stream once we learn the rules and everything and get it up to speed. But today, Patreons, it is all about you. We're going to be unboxing this beast, and yes, you see I put my hands off screen. That's box 1 of 2, and they are massive, so we're going to have some real fun with it. We're going to get into it. Patrons, I want to say thank you so much. This is for you, man. Love you guys a ton. Love you all. Kate, you are wonderful. Thank you for finding me Innsmouth Conspiracy. I love it so much. So I cannot wait for it to come in and deliver. It's supposed to deliver the same day as the next Mythos pack in the cycle, so I got both, so that'll be great. So thank you so much, Kate. Brian, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. You made it. All right, hunters. We're going to get our information like we usually do, and then we're going to get down to the blank table this time, no board game setup, and dig into this beast. So here we go. All right, Bloodborne. Right now it's getting about a 7.6. I don't know why. I haven't played it. But basically the complexity weight's about a 2.9 out of 5. I'm not going to follow. I don't follow any of the things that say Kate is the ultimate enabler. Kate has been trying to get me onto Arkham Horror for way too long, and she won. So what we have here is we have it as 7.6. I don't listen to that because I've seen games that I thoroughly enjoy rated as like a 6. So I don't care. I'm gonna play it and try it out and see what it's like. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's a 7.6. I'm not gonna play this game. It's gonna be trash." You don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together and see how much fun it is. Okay, so let's get down to. Oh my gosh, the board game. Where'd it go? It's gone. Oh my gosh. No, it's. I am even sending things now. Ultimately. So we've got the blank open area. Steven, welcome, welcome. Now let me grab box 1. And as you see, I bring box 1 into view. And I've covered off the shipping label name on there so no one can see. So it's a beast. Like, the camera is right here. It's right up on the camera. But this only thing, you only see this is just the start opening. So boom. All right. Let's get opening stuff here. Get my perspective. Get too far. Like, you see, I'm looking over it as I cut this thing open. This thing is a beast. Okay. All right. Just a quick open here. It's boxes upon boxes upon boxes. So let's pop this off. Put it back on the side. Let's see what we're dealing with. I'm pulling it off as I take it out. Alright, so we've got Murgo's Loft. How the heck did you resist opening that box? I resisted opening this because I wanted Cody especially, and the Patrons, but to be here when I did it. He and I went half in on this game. I want him to experience this just as me. I love the guy, so I had to resist. So Murgo's Loft is the first one that came out. Looks like it's a smaller box. So it goes there. We're gonna open that. But we're gonna put it to the side and keep digging. And we've got the Blood Moon box. Look at that thing. The Blood Moon box. Flip it over. Like we've got a spider on here. Cool. So we'll put that over, keep on digging. We've got the Chalice Dungeon. Oh, this game will inflict so much pain. The Chalice Dungeon is here, and there's like weird monsters and cards. We're gonna pop. Once again, I'm gonna open all this up. And at the bottom of box 1 is the base game, the beast. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's the base game. It says 1 to 4 player, but 60 to 90 minutes up there on the side. You can say, I'm glad this camera's holding up. Make me happy. And this is the base game with all the craziness in it. We'll read through all that madness. So I'm stacking that here. Christmas in January. I'm opening box number 2, so I can't, it won't fit on my table with the other games, so I'm just gonna open it on the side and then start pulling stuff out. Alright, box number 2. Get my X-Acto going. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. X-Acto back. What the hell? Okay, so we've got the Hunter's Dream expansion. That is part of this. So more stuff. I don't even know where to put this. Put it over. We've got this thing, the Forsaken Canehurst Castle Extra. Just like a little mini box. Something's in here. It says a new hunter, a trick weapon dashboard, and a firearm card. Check that out too. Got a small one, the Hunter's Dream Extra. So more stuff that we get to look into. Mother God. The Upper Cathedral Ward. I gotta build the tower boxes. I'm gonna try to build it at the end. So we got that. We got Yharnam's Unseen Village. Oh my gosh, Cody and I are gonna be playing this game forever. The Bygren Rift. Some more expansion content. I can only imagine that should this game be a hit, people are going to be buying this forever. The Forsaken Canehurst Castle. Ooh, Frost and the like. Right. And finally, at the bottom, the Forbidden Woods. Good grief. Okay. All of the, I really wish pictures could show what is sitting in front of me right now. Okay. Let's go one by one. We're going to put these, gosh. We're going to put these back here. And I'll open these as we go. All the creepy crawlies in the woods. Good. How did they pack this? Alright, there we go. You can stand now. No, because I gotta pull everything out. So, here we go. We go with the base game. Alright. Base game on table. Alright, so let's pop it. Crack this bad boy open. You know that thing like when you peel the film off the new phone, that feeling you get where you're just like, ah. Officially licensed product of PlayStation, so they got the rights and they were able to do it. So hopefully PlayStation kept their touch on it so it's not rushed. But let's take a look at how many boxes did I end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes. 12. And I'm going to try to stack them as best as I can. 12 boxes. So we've got 1 to 4 player, 14 plus, 60 to 90 minutes with the PlayStation logo. Got this guy. Just says it on all the sides. Then we've got this. Welcome home, good hunter. 12 boxes. Welcome home, good hunter. The blood moon rises into the night sky, pushing the city of Yharnam into madness and chaos. Hunters are tasked with cleansing the infected victims of the beast plague on this night of the hunt. Should they tarry or fail their tasks, Yharnam will succumb to insanity and death. The moon is close. It will be a long. So by Michael Chanal and Eric Lang. Let's see. Bloodborne, the board game, is a dark and challenging cooperative game where 1 to 4 hunters must explore the city of Yharnam, playing through 4 unique campaigns with 12 boxes and fighting their way through beasts and monsters to survive the night. During the course of a campaign, hunters will uncover a unique story as they grow in skill and power, overcoming the multitudes of foes that stand in their way. This game is based on the award-winning Bloodborne video game by Sony Interactive and features fast-paced, decision-driven combat and horrific monsters brought to life with amazing miniatures. So there's 37 minis in this box, 4 counter bases, 1 hunter board, 20 map tiles, 4 hunter dashboards, 4 trick weapon dashboards, 11 firearm cards, 108 stat cards, and a partridge in a pear tray. 61 consumable and reward cards, 75 enemy and boss cards, 250 campaign cards, 4-player aid cards, 109 tokens, and a rule book. Alright, let's get into it. 4 campaigns in the core box, I hope. Alright, here we go. Free, come on, content, get it here. So I will scan this later to see what that means. It's probably like some type of ad or scenario. We've got the Bloodborne rulebook. First thing I check for, index. That's a glossary. It doesn't have an index. Son of a biscuit. Indexes, people. Let's see table of contents. Okay, it has a table of contents at least. So it's got a table of contents. There's free digital content that I could scan to get that. I'm probably going to scan it tonight just so when people watch this later, they're not like, "Ooh, I'll steal that." To make sure we have it. So same thing about the story about the cooperative board game. I tried the video game and just didn't get into it. Also didn't have much free time. I hate PlayStation. Yeah, it's all working against you, Brian. These look pretty good. Like the paper itself, it feels good. It's a good. They at least spent some money on that. It looks like they talk about the campaigns, which is the Long Hunt, the Growing Madness, the Secret of the Church, and the Fall of the of Old Yharnam. So those are the 4 campaigns that are in the base game. And then they talk about campaign setup, so that's pretty good. Hunter setup, 1 page, even better. Hunter board setup, 1 page. Chapter setup, so then it says when it's all complete, this is what it should look like. Good rulebook so far. I'm not mad at it. Then it goes into how you advance through the hunt, winning and losing, playing the game rounds, and then the different things you can do, the enemy activation. Cool lady, nun with a sword. Yeah, 1 page each is very nice. So then they get into the meat of the combat specifics. I figured that would span some pages. But look at this, the boss enemies and all that stuff, 1 page. Alright, I'm not upset at it. We got some token boards here. Looks like some health counters, death stuff. Civilians, symbols, chests. Here, these are probably the different hunters that are here at the bottom. You can see them. So we've got tokens if you need. Let's see if I can keep these together because I don't want to pop them out. Hold on. Then we've got the boards. Ooh, very. And they're good. like it's not crappy. It's actually looks pretty good. So the different types of areas to build out the map: Grand Chapel, Church of the Good Chalice, all these different. So the names are in the center, say for this guy. I'll just put it right here. Ooh, that popped out. Great. So the Great Bridge looks pretty good. And they pop out pretty easily, but they're typical cardboard, but they're solid. Like they're not like cheaply made. I think that's the one good thing about Simon Come On or whatever they're calling it. They never go cheap on product. Product costs $10 billion. All right. Never really had a video game. Always computer games. Yeah. Okay, so these look like the hunt board. Now this is a cheap piece of plastic right here. Cheap piece. It's right. Listen to it. But that looks like the hunt board. So the chapter and the upgrade cards, the enemies cards, and there's a timer down here. I blame y'all for getting me addicted to board games. Alrighty. There's all this stuff about get free content. I'm gonna get my phone. Like I said, I'm gonna scan this at the end. And this flew everywhere. Alright, so minis, we'll get to those. The Hunter dashboards. So there's 4 of them for a 4-player game. Once again, it's the cheapy, but that's okay. I mean, what do you want? These looks like the advanced fight boards for the hunters. Yeah, so for the weapons, so saw cleaver, threaded cane, hunter axe, Ludwig's holy blade. So that's those. So, we've got the mini cards again, so I'll pop those open. Let's look at some minis. Mother of God. Okay, so someone needs to come up with a storage solution for all this madness. Okay, so this is covered, but this isn't. So this comes up, and these are our hunters. Let's take a gander at them. Typical come on minis, so they don't disappoint. It would be cool. Yeah, it would. Cody, I agree. I agree. So that's that one. There's her blade's a little bent, but you could fix that by basically putting it in warm water, and then you could bend it back, and it won't break. So that looks pretty good. Is that a cannon? That is a cannon. This thing's got a cannon. And there's our regular hunter with his deadly axe and his gun. Now we got these guys. So standy stuff to say which color it is. Okay. Now, this is a shaded one. I'm gonna show you it from this angle. So you're like, okay, look, like the hood is over its head as it's moving about. See? So the hood is just like fully cloaked. And you're like, hey, that's cool. Look at this at the bottom. They went half A on that. It's just flat. There's nothing really there, if you can see. There's nothing. Like no face, it's just a flat block. So from here, it looks really cool. And it's like, oh, that looks pretty awesome, and then flat block. that's disappointing. Yeah, no detail underneath the mask. Now this dude though is, I gotta put my glasses on. This dude is chock full of detail. Look at this guy. So he has like this bandage across his eyes, so it's blinding, so he can't see. He's got a lot of detail in there. His clothes are super detailed. Got wrinkles and pleats in it. Looks pretty cool. We've got, looks like an ex-hunter with the same X across his eyes, the gun. So we've got a hunter that could be hunting us. And these are repeats here. So these are repeats, that's the main guy. And then these are here. This guy looks kind of woolly. Yeah. Yeah, they phoned this in. Like that, it's like, what, why? You could have put something under there, like a skeleton face or something. That's trash. Alright, so... Oh, this is a whole thing. Okay, so this comes up. Look at this dude. Oh my god. This thing is massive. This thing is massive. Alright, so I'm gonna give you a good good look at him here. Very detailed. Like very, you got the vines that are going everywhere, lots of detail. Look at these arms. Oh my, yeah. And the ribs. Maybe they saved all the money for him. I don't know. These guys are pretty big. They're about as big. They're pretty big size. When, let's see. Let's do comparison. So that's comparison. Let you know how big they are. Am I gonna paint it? Is Cody gonna paint it? Is Cody gonna paint it, you're asking? Yes, Cody's gonna paint it. So that looks pretty cool. Look, they even went detailed on this one, but they phoned it in on that last guy. Very disappointing. But it looks really, this one looks really good. No, brah. I can't, all my painting stuff is in storage. I can't paint until I move. If we say that we're gonna play this game when I move in March, I can try to paint some after I move, but... Alright. Oh, look at these hands. It's like the hands are coming up to like the neck like this. You can see it. Hey, it's holding something. Oh no, it's not. It's just its hands. It's got weird lupine hands. But look at the detail on this, and they phoned it in for that one. Oh, you better not have phoned in this one. I'm gonna be furious. Okay, so this one's got, and it even comes off the base right here with this hand. That hand's actually off the base, see? That goes around. Now let's flip and see if they phoned this in, because the face is hidden on this one too. Yep, they phoned it in. You won't be able to see it. You can't see it from this unless you zoom in, but all the way through, it's just flat. They phoned it in again. Ugh. This dude has a rock. That's just a brick. He just picked up a brick and he's gonna kill you with it. But his detail face is good. See? I can paint the brick red. It's just a solid brick. This one looks really good. This looks really, really good. What do we got? We got these guys. The mob. She's a witch. Burn her. It's a brick house. So the villagers, these have a lot of detail on them too. These have a lot. These minis need to be painted, honestly. These have a lot on them. They not too bad in the video game, other than like heavy hits and kill you. That's not bad. See, we've got. See, they put detail on this guy's face, and then the lantern. Ooh, adding a nice little glow to this lantern would be awesome for painting. Really good. And finally, wolf face dude. Wolf butt. Alright, so that's all of them in the base game. So the base game doesn't have a lot of monsters. I mean, it has some minis that'll attack you for sure, but that's what the expansions are all about. Alright, let me see if I can get this back in here. Jesus, heat. Go back in your home! There we go. Alright. So 2 phone-ins on the minis. Alright. So we've got, oh, cool. So check this out. I guess these are the areas where we're going to place all items, and they've got the player aids to run through kind of our turn order. You can see here it's action. I'll rip these open in a second. You can see it's like action, round summary, hunter's dream, attacking reward cards. So the player's aid of how things go. Did anyone? No! Alright, so alright, as I was saying, the player's aid, which gives you each uses 1 card, attack, move to, interact, transform weapon, go to hunter's dream. And then the round summary tells you like how it runs through. And then you flip it over, and they're just giving you some effect keywords to run through. So I'm seeing a lot of Death May Die in this, because Death May Die had this type of stuff when Cody and I played it. It had this stuff in it as well. You need a special giant case for the minis. Kate, don't worry, I'm gonna get a one-size-fits-all case. Yep, the player aids are good. So it looks like whatever these symbols are, what they mean. It's going through Hunter's Mob, Minions. So these are the minis. I guess these are the monsters. Church Servant. Male Beast Patient. Why is it a Beast Patient? Female Beast Patient. Male Beast Patient? Female Beast. Church Giant. Old Hunter, as the one with the gun. Alfred Hunter of Vile Bloods. Jura's Ally. Eileen the Crow. Isafka. Old Hunter Henry. Blood Crow of... So, and it says the same thing on the back. It says the same thing on the back. So it's a... oh no! Like, the Hunter's minion, my hand's shaking like crazy, has this shoulder charge ability at the bottom. If you flip it over, he's got this brick stun ability. So, well, I guess once we learn the game, Cody, I think it'll make more sense what those cards mean. So we'll put those back there. We will go to enemy actions. Raged versus normal, probably. Instead of brick stun, man, pick up a rock and beat you with it. Alright, so what else we got here? So the enemy action cards. Cleric Beast Phase 1. There's a Phase 2. There's a Phase 2. Alright, let me put these down so they can make sense. Alright, so these are enemy action. It's basic. She basic. So, it's gonna say basic. The enemy cards. So I guess these are modifier sets. He lays some serious stones. So these are the enemy action cards, and I guess we flip one of these over to see what they do. Ability, special, basic. So that's enemy action. And I guess that'll determine how they attack us. My assumption. I don't know. I haven't read the book yet. But let's look at Phase 1 and Phase 2. Okay, so all the enemy cards have a phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 looks like this for the Cleric Beast. And phase 2 is just red cornered. That's how you tell the difference, and it says phase 2 at the top. So phase 1 has stuff like remove all insight tokens on Cleric Beast card, block 2 damage from Hunter attacks, shuffle Cleric Beast action card. Oh, you know what this is? This is the modifier deck from Gloomhaven. Okay. Yeah, because you got like whatever the symbols are, grab. The hunters may exhaust their firearm to place 1 insight token on the Cleric Beast. This attack deals -1 damage. Yeah, when you get them close to death, you're absolutely right, Cody. Like, this is when you get them close to death, they go to phase 2, and then phase 2's got like overhead slam. Target all hunters in the space. Before the attack, 1 hunter in the space may exhaust their firearm to place 1 insight token on the Cleric Beast. This attack deals -1 per insight token. So it looks like insight tokens. I'm wondering if this is how much damage it does. Like 4 damage. But insight tokens negate them. So these are Gloomhaven modifiers for sure. Jumping Smash. All hunters in the same space must dodge or suffer 2 damage and stun. Flip another boss action. Woo! It's going to be hard. So these are their actions. And we've got them for the Cleric Beast. Father Gas. I don't know. Whatever his name is. Pronounce that name. Go for that. Gascoigne? Gascoigne? Yeah. And then he transforms. Look at this. This game's gonna be awesome. So, look at this. So we got phase 1 of the father, right? We've got phase 2. Transforms phase 1. Gascione. Transform phase 1. Transform phase 2. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. This is going to hurt bad. And then we've got... I'm not even looking at the death that he can wreak upon us. The blood-starved beast. He looks like he's covered in blood. How is he starved for blood? Anyway. Then blood-starved beast phase 2. So everyone has a phase 2, looks like. These are main boss cards, too. Vicar Amelia. I know how to say Vicar. Vicar Amelia, who... Wow. I don't... Okay. And Vicar Amelia phase 2. So those are the enemy actions. 2 decks that I don't know what they are, but we're going to find out. Well, just a couple phases to that boss fight. Yeah, just a smidge. It's only going to hurt a little when they kill us. Only at first. Okay. Come on. Give it. Alright. So, what do we got? Sefka's Blood Vial. Which... Hunter's Turn, heal 2. Okay, so this is items. Tiny Music Box. Blood Shard. What is with... Come on. With these tiny cards? What's with them? And Fantasy Flight does this too. I'm old. I need big cards. Bloodstone Shard. Place on an attack slot. May switch slot on transform while... And then there's some subtext. And tiny cards. Empty Phantasm Shell. I'll just brief through some of these. I'll just hold them up and you can check it. Augur of Embritus, which says deal 2 blood, which probably means damage, to 1 enemy in your space and move them up to 2 spaces away. That's pretty cool. Old Hunter Bone, Beast Bone. So these are all items that you can accumulate, looks like. Yeah, these are all items. There. And if y'all want to see something, like if I'm moving too fast, let me know. I can slow down. If there is anything more than a number on a card, it should not be that small. That's true. That is so true. So this looks like stuff that you can add to the hunt board over here. So there's a block some damage, so a defensive stance, a couple of them. Indomitable. Draw one, cannot suffer frenzy, poison, stagger, stun. Okay. Second wind. I think all enemies attack after one player goes, then all enemies go, then the next player goes, so on. Because pain is life, and we embrace it. Second wind, when used for non-attack, heal. So we've got some damage mitigation. Dodge, draw one, clear the slot. I don't know what draw one what. I don't know. We'll find out when we read the rule book. Timeless, draw two, then discard one. Whatever those symbols mean, we'll figure it out when we read the rule book. Then we've got different invigorate. So this was purple. Those were all the purple ones. This is green. A couple of those. Tactical. So we've got a few of those cards. And they just kind of break down, then they go to this gray unwielding. So I guess this is different types of fight styles. Akin to, you pick your fight style and you go with it. And we've got brown for rallying. And I think that's all of them. Alright, so that seems to me like fight style. And there's more of them, so it's gotta be fight style. And this is basic on it. Basic. Yeah, basic. Alright, so more of the same. Purple, green. And it says basic on it, so these must probably be the starter ones. Stagger. It's just words on it, like draw one. These are basic things, nothing too grand. Clean this dodge, clean the slot, which probably get rid of that after you dodge. Stagger, so it only says one word. Plus one damage on a basic strength symbol. If you notice at the top, like you've got heart, a little green blood drop, a hand, strength like muscle. So these are probably starter cards. There. Should keep a ruler handy so we can see the depth of the box stacks this week. I think I have my big carpenter's measuring tape. I'll get that out after I stack them to see how it goes. Consumables. And they're all consumables. Alrighty, so. Bone Marrow Ash. Hunter's Turn. Refresh one reward card. So it's just a whole set of them. I'll just skip through a few because I know they won't matter until we learn the rules. Because otherwise, I don't know what these things are. Move to. Or so. Bolt paper. Plus one something. We'll figure out what those mean. It's all those not go in there. Oh no, they're going. Those go in here. Then probably soon. They have some. I'll just put them here. They have like these things that are here that looks like coins hidden here. I bet you anything that's for the first page. So stuff. I guess there's an organizer in here somewhere. Okay, so this is what I was saying was really interesting, and I'll hold it up. This is a campaign. This is the whole story. So this is one part of the campaign. Yeah, for the punch out token. and it's called Secrets of the Church. I won't spoil too much because I know Cody, you and I both like being surprised when we play through stories, so we'll just check out a little bit and go from there. So there's an introduction, and you flip it over so there's some flavor text, and these are bigger cards. Yeah, one campaign per pack seems cool. And these are bigger cards, so they read through what happened. And we don't know which one we'll play first, so I don't want to read through any of these. I'm just going to keep going. But basically, Secrets of the Church. So chapter 1 setup. So chapter 1 of Secrets of the Church, this tells you how to set it up. Chapter 2, chapter 3, and then there's the deck that I really don't want to go through and spoil, but it's numbered. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The deck, it's completely numbered, so it's a choose your own adventure deal. I like this. I like this a lot because it's a setup of the board, but I bet you as we discover things, it's going to say go to like a House of Danger where it's like pick card 27 and use that and read that. This is awesome. I like that a lot. So that's one. The next one is The Long Hunt. So we got so we've got a choose your adventure aspect to this game. Oh. Alright, so The Long Hunt has the same thing, 1, 2, chapter 3, and then the entire deck to build up. Oh, this is going to be played live. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cody and I are going to be playing this together live, for sure. You just have to figure out how to play. So I'll be reading the rule book. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to read the rule book, run through a playthrough with him, not playing any campaigns, just kind of how to play, and then he and I'll stream it together. The Growing Madness, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then the story deck. It's tomorrow. You will see a stream tomorrow, just not of this. And then number 4, which is the fall of old Yharnam. Gotta work on playing this game, man. You don't need food. That's homeless Cody's problem. So, same thing, the fall of... The art on here is pretty good, too, if you can see it. The art looks good. And I'll show you the art cards for each one. So, 3 chapters per adventure. Growing Madness card looks like this. Very pretty. The Long Hunt. I mean, the art is beautiful. I like it a lot. Long Hunt. And Secrets of the Church. Then we got this thing. So this looks like the health of... Okay, so this is how much health these creatures have. Oh, I see what they did. Let me get it up and I'll hold it up to the screen so you can see. And we're still on the first game box. We haven't even opened up anything else. Oh. There. Alright, so this is what I was saying. This is how they did it. So this is the monster's health meter. 1 player 8, 2 player 12, 3 player 16, 4 player 20 health. That's how much the cleric beast at phase 2 health. At phase 1, so basically you take all this health down. I'm sure I'd be worse than both of you. So basically you fight the fate, like you'll fight this cleric beast at phase 1. Let's say we're playing 2 player, which is what we're going to do. It has 14 health. We then take down the 14 health. It's then going to flip to this phase 2 and then have 12 health for us to beat it. So in total, it has 26 health. And they just break it up. And it's the same thing with Father What's-His-Face, where it's 8 and 8. Transformed Father, Bloodstarved. So it's the bosses. It's the boss's health. And then we've got this. What were you? I'll put this here. So these looks like weapons. When an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger that enemy. So these are the different type of weapons, and they look good. These cards They're not. You're not gonna say like these are the greatest cards ever, but they're pretty good. Pretty good. So the Hunter's Pistol. Discard one to refresh. Evelyn. Hunter Pistol. There's the cannon. May be used to make the following attack. Yeah, the weapons transform, so it looks like they go from this cannon. So Hunter's turn, discard 2, and then you transform it into this cannon. So that's what we're looking at. Like, these are the base weapons, repeater rifle, and then they transform. Something crazy. This is pretty cool. I like it. We're gonna have so much fun with this game. Okay, so I've opened up all those. I've opened up the mini. All right. Here. Here. Rule book. Turning this down because no, it's mine. So, okay. The box itself, if you want to know about like what that feels like, does it feel like crappy cardboard? No, it actually has texture to it. When you feel it, it has a really nice texture to it. And you can probably hear it on the mic as I like rub my hands on it, but it's not like indented texture. It just has like a raised feel as you move your hands across it, but the entire box feels that way. I think you meant it's ours. It is ours. Oh, the way. All right, so box 1. Put it on the floor. Okay. Let's get big box. Yeah, big box. Go to the Chalice Dungeon. Okay. PlayStation's really putting their stamp on this thing. All right. I do want to play this like immediately. I'm not gonna lie. This box has the same feel too. So it has a nice. It's not just regular. I mean, it's cardboard, but it has a texture to it that you can feel. Alright, so let's pop this open. The Chalice Dungeon. Oh, sorry. Close the back. Flip it over. And hold it up. Hey, look. Cool. The Vicar. That's the Vicar. Alright, so deep beneath the city of Yharnam. So we're going underground now. Delve into the dungeons. Deep beneath the city of Yharnam lies the twisted halls of the Chalice Dungeons. Vast underground ruins populated by horrific beasts and otherworldly monstrosities. Within, hunters will be put to the ultimate test. Unknown horrors await. Let us arm ourselves, ready our spirits, and venture forth to face the challenge before us. The call to the hunt has been given. Who will return alive? Cool stuff. Bloodborne Chalice Dungeon is an expansion for Bloodborne the board game. The Chalice Dungeon gives players an entirely new way to experience the game. Instead of playing a campaign, it lets players participate in one-shot hunts. So, a different dynamic. The goal is simple. Find and defeat the dungeon's boss. Along the way, they must prepare, upgrading their hunters as they go. The Chalice Dungeon is heavily focused on combat, featuring new hunters as well as new enemies. Players can also face off against their toughest adversary, other players, in a deadly hunter versus hunter mode. So there's PvP in this expansion. Full disclosure, my bedtime is 9:30. I won't make it much past that. You can do it, Brian. You can do it. Let's see. Stay with me. Talk to me, Goose. All right, so this comes with 4 hunter minis. So this is 4 more hunters. 26 enemy miniatures. 5 bosses. 12 maps. 4 PvP screens. 4 trick weapon dashboards. 4 firearm cards. 5 boss health cards. 50 boss action cards. 7 enemy cards. 9 chalice rights. 1 setup card, not book, 20 chalice trap cards, and 1 rules leaflet. Okay. So this is a new dynamic. There's no campaign here. It's basically the straight hunts. And it is a leaflet. That's it. That's all we got. So it tells you how to set up the dungeon, one page. It tells you what rights and traps are. Watchdog of the Old Wars, that's what it's called. And then if you want to go PvP, this is how you do it. Okay. Same thing with the boards. So, let's see. Side. Cannot. Oh, this one's actually got stuff that hurts you. So this thing says, cannot move onto arena until both arena gate levers are unlocked. And then this one at the bottom here says, surround this tile with fog gates. Interact on arena gate lever to unlock. Same thing here. So basically you can't get here until you do those two. Right. Okay, so our new hunters. Oh, look at that. So they got like this. What is this? Oh. Boo. Okay, so this is the hunter versus hunter board, so it gives you the round of turns and then say when slain, how to do stuff. They said they added these because it folds, and basically what it is, this is the part that your enemy sees, the other hunters. I'll turn it around so you can see Bloodborne board. And then you fold these edges down like so, and then it just kind of blocks your board from the other player seeing what you have. So that's what this is. Meh. A lot of stuff here. So the new players, we've got Beast Claw, new hunter. Yeah, it's like a D&D screen. Canje? I'm probably saying that's so bad. That goes our next new hunter, stake driver. Is that a harpoon? That looks like a harpoon. And there's two sides to these boards, so I'll flip them over when I get back. And rifle spear, harpoon. Okay, so we got the Beast Claw. The other side. There's just a little bit more, so some unleashing, I guess. Oh, the weapon changed. Look at this. So on this weapon, he has a gun and a sword. And you flip her over. Got this like blood sword. Harpoon in the gun. Flip it over. I don't know what that is. And a gun. And a spear. Over. Spear that's a gun. Ooh, we got cards. Which is just like we saw the last card set. Get it? Rabid dog. That dog looks rabid. That's a mangy mutt. So two-sided for what they can do. So we've got Keeper of the Old Gods. Fluorescent flower. I'm sure that's not a flower. Graveyard Scorpion. They are transformed or had altered. Hunting dog. Mauling. Yeah. That rat needs to be put down. Bell ringer. So everything is two-sided, basically double-sided for transforming. Right. Here. Cards upon cards. So we've got health cards that we've seen before. If y'all want me to open these, I will. So just let me know. All this stuff is kind of encased. So if y'all want me to open these, let me know. Let's go to the minis. So it's still that same 2 and 2 again. I hate that they do this. Okay. Alright, so our 4 new hunters. Good lord, what is that? Anyway, our 4 new hunters So here we go. So claw, hands, mix, stab, stab. And his face is detailed. It's not phoned in. It looks really good. The spear. Many painters around the world will love this. I love the pockets on his coat. Like, that's awesome. Our lovely gun and blade. Typical standing. Gun pointed out. Side. We've got this guy who has like the harpoon. That thing is serious. The harpoon and the gun. Alright, so what do we got? Well, we talked about a couple things. We talked about a rabid dog. Yeah, I think that would be cool too if they had the two per as well, Cody. Alright, so we got the rabid dog. We got this lady who has the shame bell and a knife. Her hair like blowing through the cloak is cool. Oh, it's the cloak, it's just tattered. Pretty cool. We've got a witch! A witch! No, we got a pointed hat gent. Blade. Chest has like these different, like all these different belt buckle things across it. Really good. Yeah, and this is ripped portions of the clothes, so it's either ripped through. We've got creature that is just awful of doom, and he's really detailed. Like there's a lot of paint. Paint will look really good on this one. And look at his back; it's like it's split right there. It's like there's a split there. That's just, he's kind of morphing. We've got scorpions. There. Open up top. And then we have our ROUSs. These are truly ROUSs. Look, like you can see like the pustules and nasty. Oh my gosh. I like disgusting. The hunting dog, and you can see the spines coming off of its back. It's got something in its mouth. Is that a blade? It's its tongue. That's its tongue, folks. Cool. I'm gonna run from this when I see it. Yep, gonna run from it. No need to pet this thing. Now here, this beast. Look at this. Yep, you can even see all the way. So they didn't phone it in on this one because you can see all the way to the back of the mouth. And it's all textured in there too with teeth. This thing is huge. Size comparison. Size comparison. This thing is huge. Alright. Okay, awful things. Awful thing. They didn't phone this one in. I don't get it. I don't get it. So they got this guy with a towel draped over his head, and he's top heavy. Got like candles on his back. Sizes and everything. So he's got like a weird skull thing in the back of its head. You see like the blades. And they didn't phone this in. There's actually, you can actually see a face of like tentacles and stuff that are up under there. So this one, they saved some money and did it right. We've got this dude. He just seems, you know, happy. Wants to give you a big old hug. The top of the head, like all the feathers and stuff, very detailed. It's not a heavy mini, but it's dense. Definitely dense. How it fits on the face. You got. We've got this maiden. Her frill dress. And her face is covered, but you can't see under it, so it's not seeing it. So they got away with that. All right, this horrid thing. This is something from my nightmares. Okay, there's two of these. This is something straight from my nightmare. If I ever saw this, I would burn the house. The only way. Once again, size comparison. Like, it's big. It's a big mini. Oh, God. And this is the same thing. Just two of them. You get two of them. Alright. Seeing the minis. I wonder if I can make my life a little easier. Yep. Inches away from monitor. I would 2K. Be like, alright, let's pop these open. We're doing a real unboxing here. Alright, so we got the possessed soul, which is phase 1, phase 2, the undead giant. So this is the lady, the Yharnam Pthumerian queen, Pthumerian. So that's who that was. And the weird guy that wanted to give you a hug, the Pthumerian descendant. And then the watchdog of the old lords is that big hulking thing. And then you've got your weapons set up. The Chalice Rites, which those cards were explained in there. So. At least they've got like some, you know, they're not like, hey, here's a bunch of cards and then give us the middle finger. So these are the monsters modifiers for all of them. The undead. Let's see if they got more than one. The Yharnam Pthumerian Queen, Descendant, Watchdog, and then the Chalice Traps, which was what was in the book. That's the rest of them. So we've got those bosses we need to defeat to be not dead. Goes there. And that's it at the bottom of the box. So that's that expansion. Here. Here. The leaflet. Bastards. Chalice Dungeon. This will go on the top of that guy. Next up. Oh my word. What do we got? The Blood Moon box. Lots of Blood Moon. That's crazy. Alright. Let's see what we're dealing with. So spiders, yikes, and a lot more hunters. This is going to be interesting. So, here we go. an expansion. So the Blood Moon, there's no story. The Blood Moon box contains Okay, so this is Kickstarter exclusives. So the Blood Moon box contains Kickstarter exclusive content for Bloodborne, the board game. Enhance your game experience with 6 new hunters, 5 new enemies, and 1 new boss to challenge, as well as 4 dolls, 8 chests, and 5 lamps. 4 dolls? I don't know. We'll figure it out. This game requires the base board game to play. So 600 minis, 18 enemy miniatures, 1 boss miniature, 4 dolls, 8 chests, 5 lamps, 6 trick cards, 6 firearm cards, 1 boss health card, 10 boss action cards, and 5 enemy cards. So this is all just Kickstarter exclusive stuff. And once again, it has that good feeling to it. What's with them cut these holes in them? Okay. How many of you are there? There we go. Okay, so let's check both sides. This one's got there. The one's on your shoulder, one's not. Original. Blade of Mercy. So you've got 1 blade out, both blades. Double barrel shotgun and a blade. The biggest buster sword I've ever seen in my life. So a wheel. I really am interested how you're gonna. Oh, that's how you're gonna kill people with that wheel. Pyramid head, Kirk hammer, and then lives true to his name, the Kirk hammer. Crushing slams. He's only got 2 attacks with 3 here. Burial blade. Okay. Not mad at you. Alright, so this isn't going to have any new boards. It's just straight minis and extra cards. So let's see what we're feeling. All the stuff that this game is going to... People are going to be like, we can't find it because it's not sold yet. Okay, so this has a full cap on it and tape. I was gonna say on one side. That's dumb. Let's just do 1. So. There are a lot of minis in here, a lot of tiny things. So let's do. So these are our new hunters. So this is the wheel. The hammer, the Kirk hammer. The hammer is as big as his head. Yeah, I like the wheel too. Wait, what's that in the back? Look, it's got like a little notch right there in the back. You see it? I wonder if that's a mistake or if that's what it's supposed to be. And bullet, double barrel shotgun and blade. And then there's the Buster Sword in the back, just the sheath. This is the grave dude. No, this is the double blade guy. We've got Mace Lady. Pockets are there too, which is cool. And then Scythe Man. He's excited. Alright, I'll stop. Okay. Let me get some water and then we'll get into these baddies. Okay. We've got... I don't know who these are. They're not monsters, it doesn't look like, but it looks like just some ladies that are just dressed in flowing robes. Face is really detailed, like gaunt, very. This guy who just wants to give you a haircut. And that skin that's hanging off his face, that's gross. But he's got chains going around him as well. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So that. Two of those. This guy has the weirdest weapon I've ever seen in my life, because from here you're like, oh, it's a chair. Then you turn it to the side. It's not a chair. It's just something. Something that he wants to hit you with. He's got like these weird protrusions coming out of his back. Guy, we've got Swamp Thing, Son of Swamp Thing. Yeah, we've got Spitters. They're pretty locked in, actually. Let's go this. I don't want to crack him up. His head is just all messed up. Why? Why is it like that? Alright. Look at his head. Look at his neck. Why is his neck that way? And there's a split in his chest. You can see that. But yeah, that's his head turned fully sideways as he comes at you with this weird thing. Why is his head like that? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Then we have Shelob. This thing's very top heavy. And you can see the texture of like the hair and all that all over the body, and it's web shooter. That's the scientific term for it. Web shooter. That's that's its face right there with the eyes. You can see the 8 eyes are all right there. So it's kind of like coming down. We've got barrels here. So that's the barrels that they were talking about. The dolls are here. And then they got spiders. So, most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank you. Spider was fun to, will be fun to paint. Like, what would you like paint it after though? Would it be painted after a Black Widow, you know, or a Brown Recluse? What would it be painted? Oh, and look at this at the bottom. It tells you how they're put. Like even order numbers. There's even order numbers if you could see right there at the bottom. See that BBO60. So if you have to tell them that you're missing something, you can actually give them the number, and they can fix it. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that at all. Large Nightmare Apostle. That's what the spider's name is. It's a Large Nightmare Apostle. Whose apostle is it? When I think of apostles, I don't think of that. So the Large Nightmare Apostle is this thing. Well, there's the color of it. And it has phase 1 and phase 2. That's it. Here. Then we have... So it's just basically, that's the main boss. It's health for phase 1, phase 2. And then we have the new weapon. So let's find this wheel. I want to see it. It's just hunter pistols. It's just hunter pistols. I wonder how we use the wheel, though. That's all that's on those cards. And we've got monster cards. Double-sided, as usual. The Merciless Watcher. Execution Chop. Cannot be staggered. Is that how much damage it does? So... The Lauren Silverbeast. Look at its head. Just... Oh. A giant lost child. I'm not going to help that child get found at all. And then the small nightmare apostle, which is the tiny spiders. A large huntsman. Showed that one. You are lost, my child. I'm going to stay lost. Get away from me. Alright, so that is the Kickstarter exclusives. In there. The Blood Moon box. Kickstarter exclusives to be added to the main game. Let's get a little bit up there. Alright. Murgo's Loft. Here we go. Yep, small box. Alright, so all in the others, it says, ahem. That's what it says. A rising threat emerges. While no hunt should ever be considered routine, some nights contain more terrors than others. Something has emerged somewhere in Yharnam, something your hunter's sense tell you is far from more perilous than any danger before. New enemies, never before seen, seek the same quarry you do, though for what purpose, none can say. The air is heavy with dread and anticipation as the hunt begins. Bloodborne Murgo's Loft is an expansion for Bloodborne, the base board game. Murgo's Loft contains a full campaign, 2 new enemies, 1 new boss, and an oversized double-sided tile to explore. In this campaign, players must gain key insights into the mysterious creatures that all seek the source of Yharnam's primal fear. I would move from this place. These powerful foes offer new challenges even to veteran hunters, but with great danger comes great rewards and new opportunities for insight. 8 enemy miniatures, 1 boss, 1 double-sided map, 1 boss HP, 10 boss action cards, 2 enemy cards, and a 56 campaign card. So this is a whole new campaign. Cool. And here's the double-sided. So Murgo's Loft. And I'll hold it up. See it. Enemies and hunters staggered on a pit space are slain. Wow. So so here's a pit space. Here's a pit space. If we're staggered here, we die. Game over. The Wet Nurse's Luminarium. Luminarium. Murgo's Wet Nurse. I remember this, one of my coworkers, he loves this game, and I remember he was talking about this character. So, Murgo's Attendant. And Murgo's Wet Nurse is the boss, and the campaign sets in here, and then we've got Murgo's Wet Nurse action cards. Let's get to the minis. Mini. And of course you taped it. Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? Okay. Did you tape both sides? I'm gonna be furious. Oh. Alright. We're gonna get to the big one in a second. Let's get to this one. So this looks like the attendant. She seems helpful. This seems like the person you want watching your children. Terrible. Then we got this really mini thing here. See if I can focus. It's gonna be hard to focus. These are super small. Got some chains. Oh, a cat of 9 tails that is lashed with. Looks like a little kid. Oh, it's a little with a jester hat. It's a little jester. And then Murgo's Wet Nurse. Beautiful. This thing is going to be Cody. This thing is going to be insane. The paint. Look at this. This is a terrifying wet nurse. It really is. Holy cow, this thing is. I don't even know where to begin to paint this thing. I don't think it has enough arms. Yeah, it's 8 arms. I don't even know where to begin to paint this. And it is so detailed. I don't know if you could see the amount of detail on it. Like, this is amazing. Well done. Well done. Alright, so we got the Wet Nurse attack cards. We got an entirely new campaign here, plus the monster hit. So I'm not going to pop this one open. You know what? Sure. Why the heck? I'll just make sure not to shake up the box. Yeah, let me pop it. There we go. This is more campaign for us to play. Murgo's Wet Nurse, Phase 1, 16 health, and then 13 health. And then we've got the Birth of Madness. Chapter 1, 2, and 3, and then the entire campaign of Birth of Madness. This is what the card looks like. So, cool stuff. There. Then we've got monster hit cards. It's just Murgo's attendant. Murgo's chief attendant. The chief. Co-chief. Murgo's attendant. So the attendants are these little small ones. The chief attendants are these, and then that's the wedding. So yay. This third. And that is this expansion. Small, quaint, and straight to the point. I'm not mad about it. Okay. That's 4 boxes. Here we go. Next one up. Do I got another? I got 2 other big ones down there. I get to them. Hunter's Dream. I don't think that one has enough art. Yeah, Hunter's Dream. So far we're at 5 campaigns, ridiculous amounts of minis. Gotcha. So Hunter's Dream. The box looks like it's beautiful. It's got same. It's made of the same material. All right. Step into the Hunter's Dream. The hunt is over, but as you enter the dream, something is amiss. Face a choice. Will you retire or delve deeper into the dream's mysteries? Come prepared to face your destiny, for the dream will not be denied. Bloodborne Hunter's Dream is an expansion for Bloodborne the board game. The Hunter's Dream expansion adds an epic extra chapter at the end of an existing Bloodborne campaign. The expansion also adds mini-bosses, tougher foes that can be added to any game for an extra layer of challenge and extra rewards. So, hard mode. That's what this is. 12 enemy miniatures, 2 bosses, 1 double-sided map tile, 2 boss hit point cards, 20 boss action cards, 26 mission cards, 10 enemy cards, 22 mini boss spawn cards, 2 firearm cards, 9 rewards, 1 rules, and 1 rule leaflet. And you need the base game. Let's see. Okay, so we've got our leaflet. Man, they really come on. God. So they got a leaflet, and then you just flip it over for the rules. So bonus chapter, The Hunt's End. So it says, the Hunter's Dream expansion includes a special bonus chapter called The Hunt's End. After players have completed a campaign, they may elect to play this special bonus chapter using the hunters they selected during that campaign, including the various upgrades and rewards they have already collected. This bonus chapter is played just like a normal chapter. And then it's mini boss rules that are in there for it. So there is the workshop with a thingy up here. It says Messenger Bath. Interact in the space to discard any number of blood echoes. Choose and gain any consumable from the deck. So I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out. And then we have the garden. Okay. Cards, cards, and more cards. But y'all are here for them. I mean, oh my god, why? I want to know who dreams this stuff up. Who's like, I'm gonna make a monster look like everyone's worst nightmare. Oh, they taped all sides this time. Cut away, cut away. There we go. Before we look at this horrible thing, let's see everyone else. So this looks like these are our miniatures. These are the miniatures of the hunters. All of them. They're gray, so I'm assuming you have to fight them in the extra chapter. So you have to fight yourself. So it's basically all the hunters are here. All of them. Including the Kickstarter exclusives. So you'll probably have to fight them. This is a person with a Metroid on its head. So if you wanted to see when a Metroid hops on someone, what it looks like, this is it. That's it, right? We've got Big Brute Dude. I was hoping the axe would be a little bit more jagged. Sorry, I might be being mini picky. And they phoned in the face. Look at the face. You see it? You don't see it because there's nothing there. They phoned it in. It's just flat. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, he's wobbly on here. He's not sturdy on here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hold it as best as I can. What face is that? Why? Why? What if you like wake up and this thing's on your ceiling? What would you do? What would you do? I'd just be like, yep, I had a good run. Yep. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's pop some cards. So we're at 5 campaigns. One end of each campaign mission. So we've got the first hunter. It's called the Moon Presence. That's what it's called, the Moon Presence. Nothing present about that. We've got 2 new gun cards to add. And then we've got the Hunter's End mission, but it's like a little mini campaign. It's a mini campaign. It's a chapter, just one chapter. So that's cool. Where do you go? Go here. Cool. So we'll say it's an extra chapter. If it's at the end of every single campaign that you can play this, then it is 5 campaigns, 4 chapters so far. Oh, this is just enemy cards. Yeah, enemy modifier cards, the Moon Presence modifiers. Look at this foolishness. Phase 1. 2 cards. 3. Oh no, it's a little bit more. 5 cards. 5 phase 1 cards. Phase 2. Mini boss spawn, so these are the ones that we're going to be fighting ourselves, the mini bosses. And then some extra items. Go there. Oh, that bothers me. This is what it is. pull off a piece of it. Awesome. I don't want to wreck the cards. Very, very gentle. Yeah, I don't want to wreck the cards. More monster cards. And mini spawning rolls. I don't want to wreck that up. I need to open it properly. Alright. That's the Hunter's Dream, so extra chapter for the end of every mission. The Upper Cathedral Ward! It's the face of perpetual torment. The Upper Cathedral Ward. Alright. Box. A lot of hunched over creatures. Like, they have a lot of church theming. So let's go with Bloodborne, the board game. Discover the church's darkest secret. What is that? Okay, so discover the church's darkest secret. Dark omens born on an ill wind spread across Yharnam from the cathedral ward. Why do people still live here? What horrors has the church awakened? The most dedicated hunters must enter the ward and divine the truth. But insight brings with it the touch of madness. How much can a hunter endure? Bloodborne Upper Cathedral Ward is an expansion for Bloodborne the board game. The Upper Cathedral Ward expansion contains a full campaign, that's 6, 2 new enemies, and an oversized double-sided tile to explore. In this campaign, discover the shameful terror the church has been hiding by venturing into the forbidden Upper Cathedral Ward. Horrors lurk around every corner as the church's dark guardians seek to thwart the hunters. You get 8 enemy miniatures, 1 boss, 1 double-sided map tile, 1 boss HP card, 10 boss action cards, 2 enemies, and a 72 card campaign. So this is so we're at 6 now. 6 campaigns. The Orphanage. Oh, this can't be good. And Altar of Despair. Start off with the Orphanage. Just get it. Got the campaign plus the cards inside. And the creature that haunts my ever waking dreams. Alright. So we've got weird looking people. 4 of those. So these look like myconoids. So mushroom people. So these are mushroom people, I guess. Got the butt cheeks right. Okay. And now this thing. All right. You found Cthulhu. This thing is huge. Like, I'm holding it one finger, but I'm trying to make it so you can see everything. So I'll try to be as little as in it as possible. So it's like a fungal beast. Look at this thing. Gosh. Oh, dear heaven. Why? Who thought this up? Somebody needs a hug. Look at the face of that thing. Look at it. And then top view, you see the pustules and all that other gross. Yeah, it is. It is because you gotta get through. You gotta get through every nook and cranny to paint that thing. All right. That is that many. So this is campaign number 6. So we've got, he is called the Ebritus Daughter of the Cosmos. Daughter. She, not he. She, get it right. Is Ebritus, Daughter of the Cosmos. Yeah, I think Kate's right. I found Cthulhu. I'm really hoping the gameplay on this is awesome because I really want to see all of this played. Cody and I are gonna play all of this. We went all in on this. We're gonna play it all. So this is the game. This is the campaign. Celestial. Okay, the Daughter of Cthulhu. Celestial Truth. The name of this campaign, and it's got 3 chapters plus the bonus at the end, so 4. All right, and then we have the modifier deck. That, and then the monster cards. Cool! So we get to learn the names of these creatures that we just saw. Yeah. Here's the first name. Ready? That's the first name. Why? Why? And then a Celestial Emissary. Cool. Yeah. Alright, so that is this expansion. So we're at six campaigns for us to play. Well, the boxes are stacking. They're really stacking. It's up to the table height already. It's up to the height of the table. Yharnam. Okay. So Yharnam. Why? Anyway. Uncover what should remain hidden. Uncover what should remain hidden. Why are we uncovering it if it's supposed to remain hidden? The College of Bjargenworth lies secluded beyond the Forbidden Wood. Normally dark and silent, tonight strange lights and haunting sounds echo from its ancient halls. Horrific Horrific experiments are not unknown to this place. But what atrocities must they have committed that their own defenses cannot contain? Bloodborne. Bjargenworth is an expansion for Bloodborne board game. The Bjargenworth expansion, and I could be saying it wrong, I'm sorry, I haven't played. The Bjargenworth expansion contains a full campaign, we're at 7, 3 new enemies, 1 new boss, and an oversized double-sided tile to explore. In this campaign, venture into the college depths and into places not seen by any sane mind in centuries while attempting to contain an entirely new set of horrors. The world would have just been lost for me. Alright, so we got some monster cards that we'll look at. Here. So we got name here, and we flip it. This is on a lake. Moonside Lake. Got our chapters, monster event cards, and then we've got our minis. We've got this guy, like a graduate who didn't make it. Pile of sludge, poop. Must be like a water creature or something. And funny enough, I get to show you the big bad first. What's that? Oh, the slides off. What? Wait, so how do you sit? Oh, like this. Okay. I'm not going to show you the big bad first. I'm going to show you this horrible thing first. Fear. Oh, yes, that's a tail. That is a tail. I feel like I should drop napalm on this entire college. Just let it burn. Okay, that's that guy. And then the other thing is this. Once again, on your ceiling, looking at you as you sleep. Oh my god. that a brain? That's how his brain crawling around space. Yeah. Alright. Big bad. Not a lot of minis in this one. What in the life? Okay, so our sorcerer's favorite words when in doubt, fireball. No, this is big bad. Look at the Yep, that's a mouth for you. It's very flat to the base, so it's just kind of like on it. See, the painting this actually might not be bad unless it's multicolored. I have to see what the colors look like. Alright, so that is minis. Let's see about... Get in there. Get in there. Yeah, yeah. You don't force it. You gotta be gentle. Oh, because it's folded. It's at the worst part. Push this in. This box is built like trash. You gotta push that side in first. That's fine. Okay. Monster activation cards. Rom the Voskus Spider. We'll see his card in 1 second. So that's his action, his modifier deck. Right. This is him. Rom the Voskus Spider. So it looks like he's got a lot of nice health. And then we have the Eldritch Truth. So this is Cthulhu. The Eldritch Truth. And this is the campaign. 3 chapters plus the ending one is 4. So we're at 7. And those horrible monsters' names are the Scholar, Child of Rom, was those weird things, and then the Garden of Eyes. No. There. That's that expansion of Bjergenmirth. It is now above the table. Alright, next one. We've got 2 big boxes, 2 smaller boxes left after this one. Yargle, Unseen Village. Kiaga. Yeah, we're making good time. Here we go. Pretty art. I mean, the artwork on here is beautiful. And as I said, I love how the box is. Alright. Here we go. Some dreams are nightmares. Right. While people vanish without a trace during most hunts, far more than usual are missing this night. Hunters cannot help but sense a presence lurking in every shadow. Even the dream is not safe, is no safe haven, but instead a nightmarish version of Yharnam, where people have been taken and even hunters are not immune. Without a firm connection to the dream, this may be your most perilous hunt yet. Bloodborne, and there's the name Yargle. Yargle Unseen Village is an expansion for Bloodborne based board game. The Yargle Unseen Village expansion contains a full campaign, that's 8, 2 new enemies, 1 new boss, and a misspelled new on that one, and an oversized double-sided tile to explore. In this campaign, like they said, 1 NW boss. In this campaign, players must combat formidable new enemies in challenging circumstances as they delve into the mysteries surrounding this nightmare village that exists alongside their own hunter's dream. And it comes with 8 enemy minis, 1 boss, 1 double-sided map tile, 1 boss HP card, 10 boss action cards, 2 enemy cards, 49 campaign cards, and 12 Yargle chapter cards. That's new. It's a new dynamic. So, Yargle main board, flip, and we have the Advent Plaza. So separated by line. Cards, and the one reborn. Sweet. What are you reborn? Oh, reward. To cut crazy there. Okay. Let's talk about the most sane thing in this box, which is her. Yeah, with the weird hand. Right? It's like the hand from Pet Cemetery, you know, Rachel. You know that hand? You two are going to be playing this forever, which is awesome. So she has a sack. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? And they didn't phone in her face. The face is actually in there and it looks really good. That hand is abnormally large. Okay. That was the most sane thing in this box. Let's get to the second most effed up thing in this box. This. It's a box that's been opened, and that's what's pouring out. Yay. Fun. 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 So it's like a basket, and inside that basket is just all this stuff. Oh, just 1,000 faces body. That's the second effed up thing. Ready for the first? Is that somebody's foot? Alright, so the first effed up thing in here is this. Yes, that's a bunch of feet. So look at that fun. Is it chewing on somebody? Is it just an amalgam of stuff? Is that a horse hoof? That's a horse hoof. Why? Just this amalgam of stuff. This guy riding shotgun at the top up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's the minis. So, a couple more minis added. The One Reborn action cards, which, once we learn how to play, we'll go through all that good stuff. So we're at seven stories. 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. Are we at 8? I lost count. Is this 8 8 campaign or 7? I lost count. The Unseen Village. This is the art for this, and it has 3 chapters in it plus the ending one, which is 4. The One Reborn is what it's called. 8. Okay. The One Reborn. 15 health. 15 health. We're going to die. This thing is going to kill us. So there's that. And let's find out the name of our other 2 happy-go-lucky monsters. So remember I said the least scariest thing in here? You want to know what its name is? The Kidnapper. So in the bag is children. That's what's in the bag. Awesome. Awesome. Cramped Casket's what the weird thing is called. And the main boss is called the One Reborn. Kidnapper. It's just people in the bag. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. That is 8 campaigns so far. We are now above the we're definitely above. Okay. I'll put these. These are the last 2 I'm going to open. We've got two more. Here comes a big one. Forsaken Canehurst Castle. We're almost there. Alrighty. Hold it up for you to see. Beautiful art. Boxes have not lost a beat on how good they feel. Beautiful art. Eric Lang, you've done marvelous work. Explore a forsaken bastion of horrors. Canehurst Castle has lain abandoned atop its far peak for centuries, shrouded in darkness and bitter creeping cold. Long ago, the warriors of the Executioner's Covenant marched through its halls in a great cleansing of the depraved vile blood aristocrat. But there are two sides to every story, and the vile bloods have their own version of those events. There's a mystery lurking in the cold and dark, and choices to be made for good or Bloodborne Forsaken Canehurst Castle is an expansion for Bloodborne, a board game. The Forsaken Canehurst Castle expansion contains 2 full campaigns, we're at 10, for players to go through, as well as a side mission chapter that can be integrated into any existing campaign. Cool. In this expansion, discover the imposing haunted halls of the ancient Canehurst Castle, where monsters roam the dark, dusty hallway. 18 enemy miniatures, so no new, but 18 enemy miniatures, 2 boss miniatures, 11 map tiles, 2 boss HP cards, 15 boss action cards, 102 campaign cards, 7 enemy cards, 2 firearm cards, 7 rewards, 1 consumable, and 1 rule card. Really phoning it in on these rules. I guess once you get the base rules, it's just like slight additions that get made. So we've got Sanctuary. Oh, Statuary. That's a sanctuary. Statuary Hall, Empty Corridor, and the library. The library. So I guess those get what I'm really hoping for is with these, especially with the backs being this, is that with these ones, it's kind of like House on Haunted Hill, where you shuffle them all together and then you pull and that's what you have, instead of it saying, build this board. That's what I'm hoping for. Rooftop access. The Queen's Chamber and the Throne Room. The Queen's Chamber is double-sided to the rooftop. Yeah, I think I saw somebody do a playthrough of this fight. I think I've seen somebody do Martyr Ligorius. I think I've seen somebody play that. So it's got 2 campaigns in it. But I don't know which one it is. It's 2 campaigns plus a side mission. But it doesn't. And there's this introduction, and then there's Canehurst. We'll go through all of that. Monsters, stuff, and let's get to the minis. Okay, yep. So we're at 10. We're at 10 campaigns so far. This game has no choice but to be epic. What is... Oh, it's for the cards. I was like... Okay. We'll do the boss guy last, so let's start off with... We're going to go from less creepy to more creepy, but this one isn't as bad as the other one. So, less creepy, we've got Yon Lady with Dagger. Probably be pretty cool to paint. Like, you see the flare out of her skirt at the bottom. That's pretty ball. She looks good. We've got guy with sword, stance form with waving cape, and weird looking armor on. He has no face. He has no face. He can't face it. Okay, next one. Next one we have Candle Keeper with a little hatchet. He has a really cool face. It is there. It is pretty defined out. Holding a candelabra. flying creature of Guy face, fear, and twistedness. That's good. Okay. Oh wait, that's the same guy. I meant to grab this one. Another crawler. And you can't see the face. Oh yeah, you can see the face through the hair. Can you see it right there? Like you can see the face right through the hair. And it's got like a big something in its stomach, just dragging around. The floor looks really cool. Then we've got the queen sitting on her throne. Throne's all twisted and bent. I really like that. It's not because the mini's bent. I think it's just how it is because it looks straight when it's here, but it's bent up. I don't want to know what's in that stomach. And then the big bad, Arthur, the Lich King. Or what's the guy's name from Diablo? Is it Diablo 3 where you go to like his thing and fight him? The Skeleton King? Is that what his name is? That's him. Alright, so not a lot of minis, but I'm sure we're gonna die just the same. Let's see. So get that back in there. Alright, let's understand what's campaign and what's not. I feel like these two are the campaign and these two are sides, but there's this introduction. So let's first open up the Martyr's Legacy. That looks like the Nazgul. Yeah, it does. Executioner's Covenant. Okay, so this is the first. It says chapter 2, chapter 3. No chapter 1. Interesting. It's just chapter 2 and chapter 3. So this is 1 with some good cards in it. I bet you anything this is chapter 1 for both of them. That's really cool. So it's kind of like a which way do you decide to go. So the Queen's Legacy, Vile Blood Covenant. So that's the Executioner's Covenant. This is the Vile Blood Covenant. And I remember the thing saying there's two sides to every story. So I think we have to play both to kind of figure out what really happened here, which has me very interested. And chapter 2 and chapter 3 are here as well. And it's the same 28 cards. I bet you that's what that is. And I am super amped for that. Two sides to every story. Forsaken Castle Introduction. The hunter gets there. Chapter 1. I thought so. So you're going to play chapter 1, then you're going to choose which chapter you want to do, whether it's the Vile Bloods or the Executioners, and do that. I am super impressed with that strategy. This game's got it. It really does. Because I love that. Side of the story do you want or play both to find out what really happened? Then we've got Forsaken Legacy, the Cainher Summon, which is a this is the bonus chapter. So we play chapter 1, 2, 3, bonus chapter to play through more of what's going on, and this has 15 cards in it. So that's the bonus chapter. I'm gonna throw this at the bottom. Okay, let's talk about the monsters. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to mess this up. She's called Annalaise, Queen of the Vile Bloods. That is her resource deck. And we'll see her card in a second. So we've got Matria Lagorius, Annalaise, Queen Just 3 health for phase 1 and 3 health for phase 2. She's not that strong, which probably her health is not that much. I'll say that. But she's probably super strong. And then we've got 2 new guns, the cannon and Evelyn. I wonder if they both attack you at the same time. That would be so cool. What's in here? What's all this then? Let's see. We've got Pain's Servant is the first one that's. That's this thing. Got the Bloodlickers Starved. They're Bloodlickers. Look at the belly. Oh my gosh. They're Bloodlickers. That's what they're called. The Vile Blood Knights. Oh, because he has a face thing over it. That's why you can't see it. So those are the Vile Blood Knights. These guys. The Lost Child of Antiquity. Those are the flyers. Cain Servant. So there's Cain Servant's Knight, Starved. The Forsaken Castle Spirit is the woman with the knife. And there's the Bloodsuckers that are not starved. And then this is the rules card. So Forsaken Castle Cainhurst rules. Flip it over and how you play the campaign. Cool. Cool. Yep. That is Forsaken Cainhurst. You see the shadow right here? That's the boxes. That's the shadow from the boxes. Alright. We got. This is the last big one, then we open up these 2. Forbidden Woods. We're almost there. Forbidden Woods. That is the shadow from the boxes that were on the floor, that are on the floor, just rising up in all their glory. Alright. Forbidden Woods. Beautiful art. Just gorgeous. Okay. What are we dealing with here? So we're at 10. Okay. Trek beyond Yharnam's borders into the wild. The forests beyond Yharnam are rarely the object of a hunt. When the horrors that creep beneath the trees are seen in the outskirts, the hunters must plunge themselves beneath the dark canopy to beat back the rising tide of infection and madness. But beware, for the woods are treacherous, confusing, and malevolent. Succor may be found in sparse villages and settlements, but such places tend to breed dark secrets and lurking horrors. There is much afoot in the woods tonight. Prepare for the hunt. That is a big pig. Bloodborne Forbidden Woods is an expansion for Bloodborne the board game. The Forbidden Woods expansion contains 2 full expansions. We're at 12. 1 side mission chapter that can be integrated into any existing campaign. In this expansion, 5 new types of enemies and 2 new bosses will ambush hunters, poison them, and assault them with deadly illusions to confuse and betray the senses. Should hunters overcome these challenges, however, long-lost rewards await. That thing. Probably half the size of the block. So, so we're at 12. We're at 12 campaign. Alright. Come on, give it. Hunters attack and dodge suffer -1 something while in this time. But I'm really hoping this is like shuffle the tiles and that will make me so happy. Interact on the passageway lamp space, teleport to any purple space or inside it. But a man-eater boar is always the enemy that spawns on this tile. Why is it a man-eater? Got a collapsed tunnel. Altar. Good fun stuff. Where is this thing? Oh, that's ooh. Okay. So we've got enemy modifier deck. We'll spare you. Alright, so we've got Dark Rites and Den of Vipers. Looks like Dark Rites is a little bit more. And then we got Mysterious Connection, which is the side quest. Special setup for it and all. Let's get to the minis. Okay. Two gruesome things in here. Two. One is this snake-headed man who has a snake. Snake's popping out his head. Just there. Popping out his head. Because, you know. This looks like a guy who has a lot on his mind. Bah! Just kidding. Alright, so let's see. Guy with mallet and mask on face. Double skirted. Weird haired creature that is yelling as it walks with sight and. Hey, did it just get me? That, that? Did it just get me with that? Right. Right. More snakes. Weird stuff on their pustules stuff back of them, just like a big bunch. Like I said, if I'm going too fast, let me know. I'm saving that guy. This is grotesque, and when I show you the real card of what she's supposed to look like in color, you will see why I say it's grotesque. It's a little like hag lady bent over with a bunch of bumps all over, and it's. Then we've got the coven snakes coming off of the chest. Somebody's got a candle just in case they need to see in the dark, even though they're made of snakes. This one is going to be interesting to paint. All snakes everywhere. Okay, here we go. And this is a very big mini. So there's two of those. Those are all the minis that's in here. So that must be a boss, quote unquote, I guess. Alright. Let's talk about side mission. Hard to pull apart. Oh. Mysterious connections. So there's a special set. This mission can be added to any chapter if the chapter does not include the Aspect Clinic tile. Take it and add it to that deck. So something's going on at the clinic. Just one bonus chapter. 18 cards. Then we've got card. These cards will be sleeved. These cards will be sleeved. They're not. They look pretty, but they're not sturdy. See, I got the edge on that one a little bit. So Den of Vipers, 3 chapters, and 45 cards in that one. Be a little better with this one. This one is Dark Rites. 3 chapters. 57 cards in that one. For a 12 campaign mission. The Witch of Henwick. See what she's supposed to look like? Oh no, I got a bigger card for you. Let me get the bigger card for you. So you can be disgusted. Let's flip her over to her regular size. That's what she looks like, little mini. That's what she looks like, right there. Yep, that's this one, right here. I think that's going to be awful. And these are the Nazgul, Shadows of Yharnam. And then we've got two weapons, a flame sprayer, so flamethrower, and Evelyn. Okay. And we got the Mad One. That's the huge faced one. The Man-Eating Boar. The Toxic Breath as an ability. Hemwick Brave Woman. Snake Ball, so a ball of snakes. Snake Parasite, coming out of that guy's head. And then the rules for how to play. Okay. The Shadow Grove. Hidden Woods. Okay. Now let's get into this. The Hunter's Dream Extra. Even writing on the back, so I'm going to need my glasses to read this one. So it looks like the Hunter's Dream Extra. Itty bitty boxes. And it says, so there's no type of talking, but it says, Bloodborne Hunter's Dream Extras is an expansion for Bloodborne. The Hunter's Dream Extras adds mini bosses, tougher foes that can be added to any game for an extra layer of challenge and extra reward. So, God mode. 7 enemies, miniatures, 7 enemy cards, 7 mini boss spawn cards, 1 firearm, and 6 reward cards. So this is not hard mode, this is God mode. Let's pop it open. And it's basically us. It's us. So it's all our characters. This before, it's all our characters, including the Kickstarter expansion ones. And then there. And we've actually got names for these hunters who are hunting us. Thondrous Hunter. Blade of Mercy Hunter. Ludwig's Uncanny Holy Blade Hunter. Mouthful. So the Kirkhammer. Reiter Palash Hunter. I don't know how to say that right. It's probably German. I got it so wrong. Ligarius Wheel Hunter. Burial Blade Hunter. So basically, these are hard mode, us to fight, that we can add to the game to make it even harder. Mini boss spawn. So this kind of talks about how they spawn and work. I don't want to mess those up. The 2 weapons, there's only 2 weapons in here. There's this one, the repeating pistol, and basically, oh, it's the same. It's just 1 card. I thought it was 2. Pop this open. Yeah, it's just 1 card. It's just one. Why 1? Okay, that's lazy. It's just 1 card in here. So, then and that is. So this is hard mode. Alright. Forsaken Canehurst Castle Extra. Cody, what did we buy? Alright, so let's pop this open. We got it all. We got it all. Is there anything to read on the back before I get this open? Nope, this just says 1 Raptor Splash Hunter, 1 Trick Weapon, and 1... So this is just 1 character. An expansion. So it says a Castle Extra. Oh, it's the new Hunter. It's the final Hunter. It's the final Hunter. That's why I couldn't pronounce the name, because I haven't seen this one before. So it's the final Hunter. 1 card, a Hunter Pistol. And all that for this 1 mini. Awesome. All that for this 1 mini. Glue all sides. Oh. So. All that. We bought everything. So the 1 mini that's in here, which this was a bad guy that's in the box for the Canehurst Castle. It's actually a monster that we fight, but now we can become one of those guards. And that's who we are. That goes back in here. All that for just 1 mini. And that, good people. Watch how I'm putting it. I want you to watch my hand. You see my hand? See my hand? It didn't go down. You didn't see it do this. You didn't see it drop. Right? Up, over. That's how high it is. Right here. It's this high right now off the floor. That high. I'll measure it and post it in the Discord. But that is everything. Good Lord. 12 campaigns. You can see the shadow on the table. So once again, look at the little mini me thing. See, I'm putting it throat level. Throat level. My hand didn't go down, did it? Throat level. Yeah, that is the unboxing of Bloodborne. Cody and I have rules to read. Cody, honestly, I'll be honest, if we're gonna pick one scenario to paint, since we'll be stepping through all the campaigns and we'll do 1 campaign at a time, it would be cool if we could like get together and somehow paint the minis for just that 1 campaign, so it's not daunting, and we figure out which hunter we're going to use so we can play around with them before we paint them. So at least we can paint those hunters and just those bad guys for that 1 campaign. And then we can slowly make our way through as we go. That way it won't seem so daunting. But I think this is a game that has to be painted for us to play. I won't lie, I'm jealous. I honestly would not have owned this game at all. 5,000 hours later we'll play. I honestly would not have owned this game at all if it wasn't for Cody going half in on with me. So he went half in on with me so we can get everything. And we did the same thing with Tainted Grail. We got everything. And when that delivers, I'll do an unboxing strictly for the Patreons and then release it afterwards. And we went all in on Oathsworn together. So Cody and I collaboed on like big ticket Kickstarters to where we want, when we see like, we want everything, but we can't afford it individually and it doesn't make sense. We were like, let's go in it together and then we can play together and make us play board games more. So, bored this huge. I'm looking at, and that's the funny thing is like, you see me turn my head and you'd expect me to do this, right? But I'm not even doing that. I'm like, wow. I'm looking straight eye level. This is huge. I might have to be there for the unboxing of Tainted Grail. Hey man, anytime you want to, that'll be fantastic. All right. So the plan. Let's talk about the rest of the week, and then I'll talk about the future of this. The rest of the week, tomorrow, Adventuria. Friday, Aeon Zen with Pac-Man and Excusitis. And then Sunday, we're doing Descent. And then we'll move into next week's next set of stuff. In the meantime, I'm going to be painting. I'm going to be reading the rule book for Bloodborne to learn how to play it. So then Cody and I could run through it together, and he can make sure I didn't mess anything up. And then him and I will set up a stream. That's probably going to be, Cody, what do you think? Like late February once we work that stuff out? Late February into March is probably when we're going to get to Bloodborne. Tainted Grail's also coming on delivery now. So when that comes, we'll do an unboxing. And if Cody's free, we'll unbox it together and go through that. And then I also have Dice Throne Adventures that's supposed to be delivering soon. When that does, I'll get that to a Wednesday playthrough because that's a lighter game to play. Painting a picture in your mind of the horror while reading the rules. But I want to learn how to play this because we went all in. If my hope is that those tiles that'll get pulled is not, okay, set up these tiles like how it is with Zombicide. It's more House on Haunted Hill, shuffle the tiles together, and what you pick is what you play. And if that's the case, this game can't be anything but good. I mean, it got a low rating. I don't know why. I guess we'll find out when we play it, but it's pretty cool so far. It's pretty cool. And I'm excited. I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to bring it to you all because, thank you so much for every donation you make goes back into the channel. An update on the table for Patreons to let y'all know. The table has been designed. That's right. My new table has been designed. I will not spoil it for you. I will be taking pictures as it's getting built. And when it's all put together, I'll send you all the pictures so you can see what it looks like in the end. I think it's going to be... It's going to start getting built, and I'll be there helping build it. And it's going to start getting built next month. So in February. Oh, but table. So it's going to be getting built in starting February, getting all the pieces. We've already designed it out in AutoCAD, and it looks glorious. So I cannot wait for y'all to see this. It's a bigger table, so I'll be getting bigger games out, and it's just going to look fantastic. I've already earmarked the funds. Thank you for your Patreon that you've helped me put aside for me to get the next camera. So this one that you see here, this is a Sony 5100. I'm getting the 1080p version of it, which is the 7100, I think. So I'll be getting that one, which is going to be like, so better visuals and it won't be as blurry. With the new table, I'm getting new angles so you can see where everything sits. And this camera that you see me is going to stay the same because this is a 1080p camera that looks good. But everything is going to kind of be making its way, evolving. And all that is going to be in prep for when I move. So I move at the end of March. And when I move, all that stuff's going in, doing all setup. I'm going to run a Patreon-only stream of testing all the equipment. So, expect that coming up soon in the Discord. So it'll be just a test. I'll go unlisted live and send the link to you all so we can get in the chat as you watch me tweak and change settings and whatnot. Yeah, this year is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be better. Always evolving thanks to you. Thank you, Patreon, so much. This is just me kind of giving, showing you I'm doing stuff with it instead of just, squandering your funds. So it's awesome. I'm trying to think of what else. Let's go back up to the top because just seeing my hands now. I'm trying to think of what else. My new lights came in. So these are the old lights that you see on me right now. I'll be using these old lights plus 2 new lights when I move. So the shadows that you're seeing on my face and all that stuff, gone. Audio is getting an upgrade. I still have the same mic because it's a Blue Yeti mic and they're fantastic. But just how it sits, it'll be closer to me so you can hear me a lot more clearly, not so distant. Yeah, like I said, everything, all I've been doing is just get, Patreon funding, put it into an account. Patreon funding, put it into account. And just keep building it up. And now I'm like, okay, it's time to move. Take that money, put it back into the channel, spend, get the table, get the camera, get the mic, get the lights, get everything that need to enhance the viewership so you can see better, and it's more enjoyable experience for you all. So for people who are going to watch this later, if you choose, the Patreon information's in the it's in the description below. Only if you choose. It's not an obligation. It's just, it's there. Subscribe to the channel. I'm looking to see what to do for if I hit the 300 mark. I can't say when, that's being obnoxious. So if I hit the 300 mark, trying to think of ideas of things I can do. I've decided to stop the goals on the Patreon because I'm doing it all anyway. I give you an end of the year top 20. Every month I do a state of the channel. Unboxings for the Patreons only. I mean, all the stuff that people say, once I hit this amount of money, I'll do this. I do it already. So it's completely, there's no Patreon goals. It's just you donate, this is what you get. And I think that's probably only fair. Okay. Cool. This has been an awesome unboxing. It took us 2 hours and 20 minutes to unbox all of Bloodborne. And I've got a lot of reading to do. So, tomorrow Aventuria, Friday, Pac-Man, Excusitis, and I are playing Aeon's End on Tabletop Simulator, and then Sunday, Descent Journeys in the Dark. We continue on with the adventure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love y'all so much, man. I enjoy when you come and play. I enjoy the chats and jokes that we have in the Discord. It's just fantastic. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Have a good night or morning, wherever you are in the world. And yeah, I will be releasing this probably tomorrow afternoon to the global masses, but this is just special for you Patreons to tell you I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good night. Insert comment here. Bye.